Jalen Hurts is someone who, can have an underwhelming day with his arms and still overwhelm you with his legs, and the way that his ability to run the ball just opens up so many running game options, a running game that popped for like 185 yards yesterday. He really is, Larry. The way that Tim Tebow, as great as Tim Tebow was as a quarterback, what Tim Tebow was at Florida more than anything else is the single greatest goal line back in SEC history. And Jalen Hurts is one of the greatest goal line backs already in Eagles history. I mean, this guy is among the Eagles' all-time leading touchdown leaders, rushing touchdowns already. He's just a winner. I mean, there are some guys that, I think we incorrectly attach the stat of quarterback wins to too many quarterbacks and just put it on them. This quarterback is this record. This quarterback is this record. Quarterback wins are an unfair thing because it's a whole team sport. But at the same time, boy, does he earn them. He really does. Jalen Hurts earns the moniker of winner, because it's insane how often he is standing in the winning column after playing a team, specifically a team that is over 500. Winners beat other winning teams. And that's Jalen Hurts' calling card, I think, in this league, and in a career that's still very early in its own career. Jalen Hurts beats the game. Jalen Hurts wins the games that the Eagles might lose all the time. He really does. And Sirianni, he's got a punchable face. I'm sure a lot of people think Kyle Shanahan's got a punchable face, but Sirianni's really got a punchable face. But he knows what he's doing too. He's a pretty good coach, man. So this is
and there's no question. And Hurts is the guy that if you give him an avenue, if you don't stay in your rush lanes and you give him a free lane, he's going to take it, and he knows when to take it. Plus, then they mix in very, very well, design quarterback runs, and then he can gouge you, and then all of a sudden you're sitting there and you're breathing heavy, and you've been chasing this guy around, and I mean, the Niners have great speed on that second level with Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw. They're going to have to be absolutely cognizant at all times of where Hurts is in the pocket, and as soon as he takes off, they're going to have to beeline right at him and see if they can bring him to the ground. I mean, it's just, and then then he's a quarterback too. So if you hit him too hard, then there's a penalty coming. So it's like that, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. They're really good at mixing in design quarterback runs. He's really good at scrambling. If you get out of your run lanes and give him a free lane, he takes it. Yeah, it's just, he fills in with it. They have great weapons, right? Now they won't have Dallas Goedert in this game, but I mean, Devontae, AJ Brown,
AJ Brown is the Hulk. I mean, what a body.
DeAndre Swift is playing very, very well. Kenneth Gainwell is a damn good player. I mean, they've got some really good weapons on offense and a terrific line. And then, the one thing that Buffalo did well in this game is they kept Philly out of, 3rd and 1, 4th and 1 for the most part, much of the day. They got Philly into some bigger third downs, and yet they still lost the game. If you get them into 3rd and 1 or third, they're virtually impossible to beat. So you really got to do a job on 1st and 2nd down. It starts right there.
It's going to be the game of the year, Larry. 49ers, they show up with their weapons. We're going to have ourselves a street fight. I really think this is one of those George Kittle games. George Kittle's got to have a big game for the 49ers to win this game. It can't be one of those 3 catches, 15 yards, maybe a touchdown. George Kittle's got to go off. Ayuk's got to go off. Debo's got to have a huge game. And then there is the guy who we almost just assume the game's going to be a great game. Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey, I've seen you score multiple touchdowns an awful lot this year. You got another multiple touchdown game. Bring it with you to Philadelphia because the 49ers are going to need them. I think the 49ers are going to need 38 points to win this game, Larry. I think they're going to have one of their most robust afternoons of offense because the Eagles are just going to keep coming, man. They really are. The Eagles can win whatever kind of game they're in. They win high-scoring games. They win low-scoring games. They can beat you. They're so scheme dynamic. I mean, they can beat you with their running game. They can beat you with their screen game. They can beat you with their vertical passing game. They can beat you over the middle. They can beat you in between the tackles, in between the guards. They can beat you outside the tackles. I mean, any way you want it. And I would say that is very much a similarity that they share with the 49ers. The 49ers don't just have one or two tricks up their sleeves. They got a lot of sleeves and they got a lot of tricks up all of them. I mean, they can do a lot of stuff. And I think that there is an element, again, of Kyle's playbook we haven't even seen yet, that he's been waiting to spring in this Philadelphia game. Don't you think that they got 1, 2, 3 plays that we have not seen that we're going to see in this game? I do. And I also think it's one of those games.
Oh, good.
Where you might steal a possession somewhere. What's the best fake punt you got in your playbook, Kyle? Because
the Niners never a faked punt.
I know.
They just never have.
I know. So isn't that the perfect time to do it, especially with Wishnowsky being money in the bank in terms of pinning guys? You got to do something that is play away from your tendencies.
What do you think?
Time to run a punt is when when you never run a fake punt.
Yeah, no, taken by surprise, the element of surprise. What do you think of the spread? Did you see the spread?
Where is it?
Well, first of all, before you look for it, guess it. Give me the Damon Bruce organic guess without looking at the spread. What do you think it would be? It's week 13. Niners have a couple extra days to prepare. It's Niners in Philly Sunday. What do you think the spread should be? I'll say what I thought it was. I thought it was going to be Eagles by 4.
3.5? This sounds right. 49ers minus 3.5?
Minus?
Oh, no, plus 3.5.
It's 49ers minus 3.
Really?
The Niners are 3-point favorites in this game.
That feels like, remember, that's not Vegas trying to tell you who they think is going to win the game. That's Vegas trying to get 50% of the public to bet somewhere else, right? So, wow. Okay.
Shocking, though. Shocking.
Yeah.
That's a shocker. That's a 7-point swing on what I thought it would be.
Larry, I'll take the Eagles and the points. I mean, what are you kidding me? Just from a gambling standpoint, how can you not take a 10-1 team getting points at home?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Is that a statement about the Fletcher Cox? Is it a statement or is it the fact that the Niners played on Thanksgiving and were just coming off of a very impressive win that the entire nation saw? Is it, I don't know. I don't know.